And there's definitely a difference between managers and staff. Although we try to put everything together, usually it is a different kind of work that I would give, let's say, a group of managers, and there's a different situation that I would give to employees. And a very important thing as well is to offer a questionnaire. Ask your employees, are they happy with the work? Are they happy with the surroundings? What are the problems? Do it anonymous. Be open to it. Find out what your people, the people that work for you, are thinking about the company. Because in the end result, if you lower stress, because stress comes into a major field there, if you lower stress, you're going to have less days off. And it certainly affects the situation of finance. People take time off because they are too stressed and because they are burning out. Social gracious and language. The please, the thank you. The being polite. Managing people and building your own leadership skills. Looking at values. The well-being of the customer. Forms of support. Working hours. Flexibility. The work environment. These are very simple aspects, but we open into a deeper and a wider range of thoughts. Reintegration. I'm summing up now. Human brains can communicate non-locally. Be creative. Realization has to be integrated. There's no, you cannot have dreams flying everywhere unless you begin to integrate them. Just sit and be. Go out and have a look at the sunshine. Go out and have a look at one tree. If you're in the office all the time, just take that time to sit and be. Focus on your breathing, just for a little while. Become conscious that also doing and being opens up new possibilities. Your insight is the quantum leap that you're going to make. It's going to come to you as insight. And insights have to be manifested, because that is your accomplishment. Now, I have the butterfly here, and hopefully I don't know, there is, my computer is not Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure if anybody has a telephone that does extraordinary things and we can get onto the Wi-Fi of the hotel, because I'd like at the end of this to show something. Not yet, but if we do, that's wonderful. 4 stages of creativity. These are really important. If you leave today and you don't remember anything else of what I've told you, remember this. Preparation. Now we have prepared the field. You need time for the little seeds that I planted in you today to incubate. During incubation, we have dreams that might be odd ones. Don't try to actually give a meaning to your dream. Just write everything down. If you are more into working with your dream, then please keep a booklet underneath your bed. Don't move, because the moment that you move, you will lose the dream. Just write down whatever it is and then revisit it after a week. I'm not suggesting that you work with it every day. Number 2, everybody in your dream, the neighbor, the friend, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the aunt, the uncle, is an aspect of you. Very easy. Try to see your dreams as aspects of you. Everything that you see in your dream is a part of you. After the incubation period, there will come your sudden insight. And in order to be aware of it, you need to be aware of it. Your sudden insight will come after the incubation period. And when you've had the insight, you can go into manifesting your dream. Manifesting what comes to you. I'm not suggesting that manifestation will happen overnight. My personal opinion is that it does take time, because you have so many habits. You cannot, I mean, I could hope that my seeds are so potent that you really have a quantum leap and you walk out, and don't forget that you're going to walk out. So I have to warn you. Go back to Plato's cave. You're going to walk out and see kind of like everyday situations, etc., if you've been totally inspired here. But it's a balance. Just keep what you have learned. See it as different realities, different aspects of reality. How can you bring them all together? Have the idea. Know that your idea generates possibilities. Please look at the defensiveness. I will never make it. I'm hopeless. Allow yourself to feel that. Be conscious of it though. Or, I'm never feeling bad about anything. I'm fine. I know everything. It's defensiveness. Check to see what's hidden behind that cupboard. There are enough professionals out there that can help you. Some of us are dealing with major traumas, number one. Some of us are dealing with memories from major traumas that we have inherited. Stoke the fire with love, because you are creating a kind of fire within. Your essential self is awakening. Stoke it with love. Know that possibilities interact and that your essential self will bring realization to you. I learn to be more just. I learn to appreciate more. I ask myself, what is the self? I shift my ego. I manifest my essential self. And I don't follow New Age spirituality that tells you get rid of your ego. Because you cannot get rid of your ego. It's not possible. You need a reference point. But understand your ego more. Learn to dance with your ego. Not have your ego one side and your essential self on the other, continuously arguing with each other. The ideal and the actual self. The gap must become smaller between the ideal and the actual for you to answer, who are you? And you are much more than just a human being. You are a co-creator. Because if we go back to quantum physics and we ask that we are actually making some kind of change, then we are co-creators. Make a conscious choice as to what you want to do in your life. This is interesting. Just think about it for a moment. Krishnamurti said that when you think about it, you don't see me through your eyes. Your eyes send the message to your brain, and your brain is actually the organ that is seeing. It's just sending it back. For the brain, the observer, who is me, is the observed. Think about your brain observing you. What would your brain actually... You are feeding. Your brain has to be working together with you. You're feeding your brain ideas. And your brain is mixing it up and it's giving you. And consciousness is the base. That is why I don't think that we will find consciousness in the brain. I think that consciousness is more seated between the intuition and the heart. But everything has to work together. Please try to give up Darwinism for a moment. Can the world be created in 7 days according to quantum mechanics? Absolutely. It can be created in one. Because we are not in a time-space quantum. So if you are waiting for change to happen, saying, oh, I cannot do it now, it's going to happen, and what can I do? No, you can change it now. And you're all young people in this audience. So really, you're out there. You've got to go out there and we've got to bring this change. Fast evolution. Quantum leap in consciousness. An example, the amoeba and humans have reproduction as a commonality between the amoeba and the human race. But if you think about it, it goes from cell division, your sexuality, reproduction, pleasure, love. We're going up until we're able to come to Symbionia, compassion. When you feel united, you know that you are unique, but you feel united. In consciousness, you are united. Become a lifelong learner. Consciousness gives values. Read about epigenetics. I don't have the time to go through it. Epigenetics is very interesting. The morphogenetic fields. Work of Rupert Sheldrake. Rupert Sheldrake. I should write it down for those of you. And use my board. Rupert Sheldrake. He's done a lot of work on morphogenetics. Blueprints change. They do. Let's change the blueprints. Can we reinforce a different aspect to the gods and goddesses of ancient Greece, for example? This is what I'm doing my PhD in. Can we give them different attributes? Can we pull out from them, not different ones, they're basic attributes, and then bring them into a different consciousness that we can be inspired by this past? We can change them. Non-local memories. If everything is in memory, let's start changing the memories, and let's start changing our values. This is going to pick up the market in Greece. I believe that it's going to. When you make a change, it's going to do it in your little circle, if you want me to put it. And that, I will underline it with the 100th monkey, because there is the experiment of the 100th monkey. You have a scientist who teaches monkeys how to peel bananas because they are just eating them like they are. He found that at the moment that a certain amount of monkeys learned how to peel bananas on one island, they began to peel automatically bananas in other islands. This is the global consciousness that we are talking about. We are in change. Our world is disintegrating, but something new is happening. This is what I'd like to just show you, and then we will go into questions. You're not able to? Does anybody have a telephone that can go into this? I have.
Only sound.
No, it's to go on YouTube. We have a thing here. No?
Did you
connect your... No, because it doesn't have... No. Do you have? No? Okay, I will try to... Do you have? Okay.
You don't have the communications for the phone.
I don't have a communication for the phone. This little one here is not good enough to... Ah. Okay. I will try and give it to you. It starts off with a chrysalis. And it talks about metamorphosis. The caterpillar is walking. The caterpillar is in its chrysalis. The caterpillar eats and eats and eats and eats until it cannot eat anymore. When it has eaten 300 times the amount of food that it should have, it stops eating. And it begins to disintegrate. Within this quantum soup are imaginal cells. They are actually called imaginal cells. The imaginal cells begin to die off because this quantum soup of the caterpillar actually eats them up, but they begin to join together. They join together, and out of this quantum soup that was a caterpillar, you have a beautiful butterfly emerging. This is a mystery. If you can, remember this particular link, take a picture of it, because it's well worth watching this particular one. It has a special music as well. And it invites each and every person to become an imaginal cell. And to join with other imaginal cells. We don't have to belong to groups, because groups are dangerous. In what way? If we belong to a group, we have certain dogma that starts coming in. You always have people. You can belong to a global group. You can become a global citizen. and make a quantum leap in entrepreneurship. Are there any questions? I'd like to thank you for being here at my presentation. Yes, consciousness is something that you feel and you experience. And experiential is very important. I have a book here for some of you who may not know me. I have written a book called The Soul's Journey. It is a personal journey that a person takes. It's my autobiography and based on my background of how I came to this point in time. I have an office in Gifada. I work as a quantum touch therapist, a educator. I work as a motivational speaker, both locally and abroad. I have a Master of Science in Transpersonal Psychology and Consciousness. And I'm doing my PhD, as I said, on Ancient Greek. The mystery of Eleusina, the Eleusinian mysteries, and it is a research degree, so it has been a beautiful opportunity. It's a fascinating journey to take. I had 20 volunteers, and I've taken them on a journey where I have just read Homer's hymn to Demeter and had lyre music playing in the background. I am astounded at the results. I'm very happy that the results have been what they are. So there is a lot of potential, that's all I can say. Thank you.